Hello scholars, welcome, Mr. Hinkle here. We're talking about coastlines and we're talking in particular about hard stabilization. How do we protect coastlines from erosion? So our objective is to introduce what this is, identify its purposes, then we'll describe various structures that allow this to occur. So hard stabilization occurs along coastlines where there are human-made structures susceptible to erosion. Their purpose is to stabilize beaches and shorelines, mitigating the erosional effects of waves and storms, and they're designed to withstand the forces of nature, including wave action, tides, and storm surges. So basically, hard stabilization measures protect coastlines from erosion, and the reason they need protection is because there is development on these coastlines that we don't want the coastlines to disappear from. So let's go through some of these. You can see a steep cliff here, pier here, there's likely structures back here. This is a concrete seawall. It extends out into the ocean. The waves come up. The thing with seawalls are they break down. These waves, they don't stop ever. They might get small, sometimes they get real big, but these seawalls break down over time. None of these hard stabilization techniques are actually a permanent fix. Breakwaters, aptly named, are structures that go parallel or at an angle to the seashore and block the incoming waves. They can be made of rubble, of concrete, of rocks, basically something important. Actually, here's another big breakwater here, another big breakwater. In order to protect, this looks like a harbor that's going on in there, often associated with harbors. Groins and jetties, so here's the road, here's the houses. When the sediment is being stripped for a variety of reasons, why these beaches might be starved of sediment, groins, or a groin field in this case, you can see all of them all the way down the coast, trap sediment behind them. Same thing here. Lots of development, groins, and the sand actually gets trapped. So this is a way to ensure that you don't have beaches that are denuded or stripped of all of their sediment because people like the beach. I like the beach. I don't want to go hang out on a bunch of hard rocks when I'm trying to have a cool beach day. I want to hang out on sand and sediment. So there are vested interests into protecting these shorelines, and one of the techniques to doing that, hard stabilization. Rock revetments, sloping structure, these are very similar to seawalls made of concrete, geotextile. They're designed to reduce wave reflection and promote sediment deposition. Whether they succeed at that is not always the case. Riprap, this is a great one. Giant boulders. Let's put big boulders up right in front of coastlines that are eroding. They absorb the wave energy, stabilize the slope, reduce erosion and scouring, but even rocks this big can still get carried away by the biggest storms producing waves that are out there. An alternative method to building hard structures along shorelines is called, well, hard stabilization is the concrete structures. Soft stabilization is alternative techniques. The best idea, which is the least popular, is relocation, because nobody wants to be told, I can't live at my beach house anymore. So beach nourishment. This one is widely used. It's a process by where a dredge will scoop up sand offshore, pipe it up to the shoreline, and then fill it in, and tractors will then recreate the topography of what the beach once looked like or what the desired beach should look like. So this is A very common technique. It's a very expensive technique, and it is one of our go-to options for ensuring that there is sand on the beach currently. So beaches, coastlines, are dynamic and ever-changing features, but sometimes the interests of the stakeholders in certain areas don't want things to change. And in order to keep coastlines from eroding, hard stabilization mechanisms or measures are put into place. And in absence of that, beach nourishment is a very common practice that helps to keep beach or continue to provide access to sand on our beaches. Thank you so much. I'll see you again.